What's good, guys? Fantasy Joe back here on our mock draft Monday. If you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. You're going to stick around. As I've been telling you, dropping a ton more content, dropping my running back rankings, my wide receiver rankings Tuesday or Wednesday. They might both come out Tuesday. If they don't, one of them will come out Tuesday, one of them will come out Wednesday. But there's more content on the way. Doing a mock draft from the 109 half-point PPR. Typical league format. So here at the 109, there's really two guys for me. It's between Kelce and Tyreek Hill. I'm going to take Travis Kelce here just because who knows with the Tyreek Hill news. Let's say I use it as a tiebreaker that he's been, there's some legal allegations against him. So I'll take Kelce and we'll see how this team turns out. I am very interested in taking Devontae Adams here, CeeDee Lamb, both very interesting to me. But I'll take Tony Pollard. I view him as a locked and loaded high-end RB1 this season with Ezekiel Elliott out of the picture and their emphasis on wanting to run the ball. Looking, Jalen Hurts is a stud. Chris Olave is still out there. Don't love the running back position or really the tight end value at the board right now in the third round. So I'll take Chris Olave at 1,000 yards last year. As a rookie, gets an upgraded quarterback in Derek Carr from Andy Dalton for most of the season last year. So I really like that pick. Let's take a look at the draft board so far so you guys can just see how it's been going. I really like this start to the team. I just feel like I've got one of each, and I have the advantage over everybody else in the league at that tight end position. So I do like that. I feel like there's really good value right here, too, on Keenan Allen. So I'm going to take him. He's in a tier. I mean, obviously, he's on their tiers. He's even a little bit higher than on my personal rankings, and he's listed here, which, like I said, if my personal rankings will be dropping later this week, so make sure you stick around and hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section down below, too. I respond to all comments, so you guys can check that out. Okay, so far we've got one running back, two wide receivers, and the tight end and Kelce. So really we're looking for that flex in that RB2 spot as well as a quarterback here eventually. I want to see if DeAndre Swift can get back around to me in round 6. I really don't know if it's going to happen, but we're going to see. I'm going to take James Conner here. I feel like he's just got a secured workload. And Swift is gone, so forget that out of our memory. And honestly, I think this will be interesting to find out. I want to see what happens when I take both a high-end quarterback and a high-end running back. High-end tight end and a high-end quarterback in the same draft. I rarely ever do this in real drafts, but this is why you mock drafts. You can see how the teams turn out. And I really like Justin Herbert. I was tempted to take Rachaad White if I was going to go running back, Isaiah Pacheco also. But let's take Justin Herbert and let's see how this team ends up turning out. Okay, so Marquise Brown's still available. I absolutely love that here. Nope, I'm cool. I think he's going to be the number one easily for the Arizona Cardinals, and I think that Kyler's going to be back earlier than people anticipate. Kadarius Toney is available here. That's a tempting draft pick for me. Only having the two running backs, I like the wide receiver depth I currently have. Just with all these guys, basically I've drafted a starting lineup kind of so far. Wide receiver-wise, I'm going to take Kadarius Toney. I'm going to double up here just because I am a little bit worried about waiting, but I feel like there's a big drop-off for me for the rest of these wide receivers between Kadarius Toney and a lot of the rest of these guys. And if I could get one of these running backs left in this tier, I'd be pretty happy with it. Speaking of, Khalil Herbert came back to me. I'll take the shot on him in the 9th round. I think he will get the first crack at that starting job for the Bears. Now, maybe that won't be the most productive job out there, but still a lot of value. The nice part about it in the draft here, I don't usually double up a tight end and quarterback anyway, but I really don't have to. I can just negate the tight end position, the quarterback position, and just take quarterbacks and running back shots here. The downside, a lot of these shots are not high percentile anywhere close. I mean, look at these names: Darnell Mooney, Rondale Moore, Nico Collins. I mean, Rondale Moore might be the 2 in Arizona, but he also is, just maybe the 2. There's question marks there. I already have Marquise Brown as well, so that limits my drafting potential. I'll snag up Jeff Wilson Jr. here. I do think he will be utilized at Miami backfield, and I like just taking the shot. It could be him. It could be Raheem Mostert at the lead guy. It could be Devin Achane, but I like to take the shot in a high-end backfield of those guys. Another name I'll snag up, give me Zay Jones in Jacksonville. He was very solid last year, and they had more receiver competition this year. But at this point in the draft, I will snag somebody who I know is good. Another name that I think is similar, Michael Gallup from Dallas. They have Brandon Cooks in town, so maybe that pushes him down. But they gave Michael Gallup a pretty nice contract, and now he's a year removed from that ACL injury. So I'll take him here. We'll look at the rest of these guys. I'll take Gus Edwards from Baltimore in case anything happens to JK, and he's usually pretty involved already and a pretty good running back efficiency-wise. So if he was the guy, I have confidence that he'd be able to step in and produce. Taking a look who else is still out here, give me Kyren Williams from the Rams. I think he could be involved in that backfield, potentially be the starter, and then I'll snag Tajay Spears from Tennessee in case something happens to Derrick Henry, high-end backup. He's a guy who, with the draft capital that is spent on him and his knee issue, basically they kind of know that he needs to play soon because his knee won't last forever. So I do feel like he'll be utilized. And that is my last pick. We'll take a look at the team. So at quarterback, I've got Justin Herbert, running back Tony Pollard and James Conner, wide receivers Chris Olave, Keenan Allen, Travis Kelce, Marquise Brown. I do like a lot of the pass catchers I have. I feel like they'll be very solid. Although the only thing that does kind of hurt outside of Travis Kelce, no real elite pass catchers, but you just got to hope Chris Olave takes that jump into that elite tier. Keenan Allen's close to a wide receiver 1. And then Marquise Brown's a solid wide receiver 2, honestly, if you're taking this team. And Tony Pollard could be an RB1. I mean, like I said, I have him as a high-end RB1 this year. So my bench here is Tony, Khalil Herbert, Jeff Wilson Jr., Zay Jones, Michael Gallup, Gus Edwards, Kyren Williams, and Tajay Spears. If you guys have made it to this point in the video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section down below. I'll respond as always, and stick around for those wide receiver and running back rankings dropping later this week. Until next time, this has been Fantasy Joe. See you guys.